us a sponsor?
We said my boy Zen will give us a sponsor once he goes
Oh
pro.
yeah, yeah. He's a goalkeeper. The last guy we had on. He's gonna be a pro goalkeeper, bro, and he'll
Oh,
sponsor us. All right,
yeah.
man. Well, today we have the lovely, famous round base Zach Rosenthal I brought on. He's a friend of both Amir and I. He's known around campus. Great politics major. Amir, philosophy of law. This guy he's a beast. You're an animal. Um, Sorry, someone walked in. Um, so absolute beast in philosophy of law, bro, which I know you've taken hard class, right?
Yeah, I think it's the hardest class that might maybe I've ever taken. I'm happy to be here though.
What Amir said to me.
It's an honor to be on the show. Obviously had a friendly competition with Aiden that I lost. But get on the
Yeah,
show.
I
But
told him, yeah, I flipped a coin because I found out about Hazel told me about their thing, which is so funny because one time in Commons, Zach was like, "Oh, you have a podcast?" Like, "Oh, no way!" And I was like, well, you should come on at some point." And then Hazel reminded me, "Oh yeah, like, don't you know, like they have a bet going, like they're trying to get onto it." Um,
but it's fine.
so
Yeah, I love that, man. That was awesome.
yeah, he's also the what do you want to say? Founder, creator, and manager of Money Team. Uh, Probably the like most well-known intramural team Bates has ever seen.
I hope so. Yeah, I mean, we go out there, we try and win no matter what the competition is. We gather the best players and they don't even know each other most of the time, but they just have one goal and
That's
that's
true.
so yeah.
It is pretty sick how many random people have worn the Money Team jersey, you know?
Yeah.
But, and yeah, just an overall great guy. We're just happy to have him on today. Um,
Absolutely.
so yeah, let's get into a quote of the day. From Epictetus. So this will connect well to our philosophy segment. Just keep in mind, the more we value things outside our control, the less control we have. And on that note, the philosophy segment, how much do you guys go about this relationship between yourself and the outside world? How much do you try and control things? Do you feel that you put value in things that you can't control? Because there's a lot of things. I mean, a determinist, and I'd probably argue like most everything is outside our control. So how much can you really like devote yourself and become attached to these things that you really want? And like it could be in anything. It could be in school, it could be in sports, it could be in a relationship. Yeah, how much you guys go about like attaching yourself to things that you want in the world that you might not have full control over? And anyone can start. I can also start as well, 100%. I think so. I've gotten really into, Buddhist philosophy especially this last like year or so, and I think I might write my senior thesis on it. Um, and it says to try and separate yourself from like these attachments and desires we get in the world around us because for many reasons, the world around us just isn't actually as it appears. And when you get attached to these things, you're being constantly almost let down because you can't control the outcome of really anything that happens externally. So I am in the mindset that, it's probably the more you can separate, the better. But I would say for me, when I think about something like I really care about, like family or something, and like caring about like how they act and having like a good relationship with, loved ones. I feel like I just kind of do as much as I can to uh, you know, put myself in the right position to have a goal happen or to like have a good thing happen. But then from there I just, what will be will be. So
Mhm.
like I take an example like in golf over the summer. Golf is like do either of you guys play golf? I don't think so, right?
No. I used
I'll
to. I used to, but I'm not.
Yeah. Bro, so it's a very frustrating sport, right? Very mental.
Mhm.
And I got to this point, I was like, I watched this like or I listened to this podcast once, and it's like it was saying before the shot, like do all the things you can to put yourself in the right position, have the shot go well. Really focus, like imagine what you want to happen, where you want the ball to go. And then as soon as you hit the ball, you let leave all those things in the past. Then you forget. There's no more control over what's going to happen. So now you let go of that. Um, yeah, that's my 2 cents on it.
Absolutely. That was kind of like, not to like cut you off, but like that was kind of my philosophy when it came to like taking tests, if that makes any sense. Like you study, but the issue with me is that I'm through college, so I could say all of this stuff, but some tests I just didn't study, if that makes any sense. I just went in there and
If that makes it, why do you say that? If that makes it make sense, bro, you didn't.
I just went in and I winged it, I just winged it. And that
Yeah,
was like my way of like I don't know, like it just felt like just better, like I felt more comfortable just taking tests like that. I don't know if I was like scared to fail but I would say study the material and then when you take your test, like don't even worry about the outcome. Like just
totally.
you know. So that's kind of my philosophy
That's a
that I take to a lot of things in my life. You know? Like even when it comes to like playing sports, like there's only so much you can do. So yeah,
Yeah, I think like going off of that, like it's so cliche, but like controlling what you can control and letting everything else like, happen and uh I feel like just react appropriately. Sometimes it's just how you react to the things around you that, you know, are
totally.
important response, like important thing to just focus on. So, none of us can control everything.
Mm.
Um, but if something happens, you can react to it.
Bro, totally. Dude, that literally reminds me of this other. I almost chose this quote from a pick to this. Just keep in mind, or no, I chose the just keep in mind one. We cannot control the external events around us, but we can control our reactions to them, which is like exactly what we're saying, and very, very like that he said it in his own words, but like it's a common idea that like, you can't control how many times you're gonna fall, but you can control how many times you're gonna get back up type of thing. It's all about the reaction. So I like that a lot.
absolutely.
Uh, I'm curious to hear, Zach, how you connect this to like money teams, like, history and everything and winning the championship and all.
Um,
Much as it's intramural and it's like, fun joke, but like it's true, bro.
yeah.
You guys have adversity.
I mean, I think about a lot of things like philosophically, I feel like when it comes to intramural sports, as ridiculous as it sounds, like I think a big part of sports is mindset and like just, you know, um, some people play better when they think positively. Some people think better when they're thinking negatively. And I don't know. I think as it relates to controlling what you can control, I feel like it's, um, you know, uh, some people have like hot nights where they're going to be hitting a bunch of shots that they don't usually hit. And sometimes, on the other side of that, you might not be playing as well as you have prepared to play, but it's that preparation. It's everything you do before and how you react to it throughout a game or competition or test or whatever. Like it may be, you know, it's about your reaction. So, I feel like it can go both ways. Like sometimes thinking more positively or thinking more negatively, like being hard on yourself or feeling getting more confidence. Um, I feel like it's really all comes down to like your reaction to those things around you.
Totally. Do you think that because a Buddhist might say like, when it comes to your reactions, like you actually might not want to have, you kind of always want to have a calmness and acceptance about reactions and not necessarily have like super highs because super highs can also cause super lows. So do you feel like with that, like, how do you balance, like, should you like not have like extensive like highs just as you shouldn't have like super low lows?
Uh, I don't know. I mean, I think it all depends on the person. Like, I mean, I feel like I don't know. I think of like Kobe Bryant, for example, like a great example of a guy who would always be like, job's not finished, like,
Yeah,
we're up
exactly.
3-0, like it's whatever. And you know, oh, like I'm getting shots up at 5 a.m. Like super prepared, but also like so hard on themselves. And then you think of like some guys like um I don't know, like I feel like LeBron, who I mean, although I have my own thoughts on LeBron, but I mean, but I think like LeBron's a good example of a guy who I think isn't as hard on himself, maybe at least publicly, and has been successful, but um, it's just a different mindset. Like he's not the type of guy who's like super hard on himself, I think, for not winning, at least relative to like an insane guy like Kobe Bryant.
Hmm.
Um,
Exactly. Yeah.
yeah, so I think like I don't know. Maybe Kobe's an example of like the super high, like the that fluctuating, like the super high highs, like winning is everything, losing is the bottom. And then I feel like there's guys like, maybe LeBron's the example of a guy who, you know, we win, it's great. Obviously, it's probably the best feeling in the world, but then, losing, he lost a lot. Not to hate on him, but
Yeah. This guy.
but yeah.
Yeah,
And
got
it
me.
works and it works for both people, different ways.
Yeah. Yeah, totally, bro. I don't, yeah, exactly. I think it's all the type of person, I think it depends on the type of person on whether it works for you. I agree. Because, yeah, I'm definitely heavily like LeBron. Like, I remember, like, when it came to, sports, I mean, me and Amir played on the same team for a year. Maybe you noticed this, but like, I just don't really, I don't know. Like, I don't feel like, a lot of guys would be like, if we lose a game in any sport, like on any team I've been on, like, we lose a game, it's like remember this feeling, like feel the pain, really. So then you're like motivated to like keep trying to win. And I just like wasn't always on board with that. Like I really enjoyed just like appreciating I got to play the game.
Yeah.
And there's different mindsets. I don't know if like some people might think that that's gonna make you not achieve as much, but I don't know if that's true. I
Yeah, I
think
think it really just like case by case.
I agree. Yeah.
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 Brilliant. Absolutely. I love everything that you guys said because even like I don't know if you know this, Zach, but I'm a big tennis guy. Like I grew up playing tennis and I just somehow happened to play football. And last weekend I went to a tennis club that I used to play at when I was a young boy. And me and my mate Julian, we were losing. Like we was down bad. We were losing. We was down 0-3. And Julian was like getting in his head, like he was talking to himself. It's like, come on, Julian, like what's going on? And I was just looking at Julian and I was like, yo, bro, like it's just tennis. Like, you feel me? Like it's just tennis. What is gonna happen to like it's just tennis. And I'm
Yeah.
gonna be honest with you. That whole mindset after every single point that we won and that we lost, I said, it's just tennis. It's just tennis. And we literally came back and won the match just because it's just tennis.
Keep the calmness, bro. I think that is
Exactly. And that's my whole mindset, like kind of when it comes to life. Like it's just life. Like it's nobody knows what's gonna happen. Nobody knows how we're supposed to live this life. Like
totally.
it's just life.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like all right, but to like put that onto it, because I 100% agree. I'm always like, oh, it's just like a game I get to play. And even if you put that on like a more, you know, like I don't know, more intense level or more like meaningful level of like a relationship or like, like a friendship or
Hmm.
family, like you take it outside of sports
Yeah.
or like a job you really want.
Hmm.
Like I think that mindset of I don't know. I think that calmness about and acceptance is like important because also like
Wait,
you know
why?
I-
Why do you think it's important, Big H? Why?
because for one you keep calm and I think you're at your best when you're calm, and two, like this guy was it Julian? Probably
Yeah,
heard
yeah,
about
Julian. Shout out Julian. That's my
it.
brother. That's
Probably
my
a beast,
bro.
bro. And you guys won the game, so let's go.
Absolutely.
He was probably went before you said anything, and he's talking to himself. he's just worried about the past, you know? He's not like focused on the next point at all. Like he's completely, and that's distracting him from other thing what he could be doing, which is win the next point. And he's
Absolutely.
just looking at the past. So those are two big reasons. I think it's actually more important to just keep a steady, you know, and almost like Kobe is interesting because the mom mentality seems like he's just never satisfied.
Hmm.
And there's almost like a consistency to that, you know? That he doesn't even get the super highs. Like he seems to always just be like wanting more.
Yeah.
But yeah, I could never, I don't know. I don't think I could do that.
Yeah, I mean, I think saying like it's just tennis is like I mean, it's exactly what LeBron said after let's see, I forget when it was, but he was like, "Oh, it's just basketball." At the end of the day, it's just basketball. And that one press conference he lost, and it was, I think it was this year with the Timberwolves, or maybe it was the Nuggets. I don't know. It was the last 2, 3 years he said that after the season ended, and a lot of people, you know, on Twitter, for example, are like, "Oh, like Kobe would never say that," like, whatever. He's up, but I mean, you know. LeBron's super successful in his own right, as much as, I could hate on him or whatever. But like, I mean that type of mindset like works for some people in some situations. Like applying for a job requires a different approach than playing a basketball game, but there are definitely like, parallels. But yeah, I mean, I agree with you. I think like it works for some people. Um, and I feel like as it relates to intramurals, like and I'm, sometimes just the coach, like sometimes just talking. And, it's not, I mean, it's obviously not that serious, but like I feel like you have to recognize that in your guy, like knowing your personnel. Like,
Coach
okay,
is a
like,
serious role though. Being a coach, like you're not just a coach. Like coaches, that's serious.
yeah, I mean, I
100%.
love it, but I love just figuring out like, okay, like, you know, X player, like I can be super hard on him and it's actually going to result in him playing a lot better. And then talking to Y girl, like she's going to play a lot better if I'm, you know, uh, being more positive and, um, yeah, I don't know. I feel like I think a lot about that, because I think mindset is so important to sports.
100%.
100%.
Bro,
I,
that's a
I
great
I love that you brought up the coaching thing because it's like it's extremely important. Like individuals respond differently to certain messages, and you have to know I could talk to this person like this, but I can't really talk to that person. Like a guy like McLean, I couldn't really shout at McLean if that makes any sense. Like I couldn't be like McLean, because that would throw McLean off. I have to bring McLean to the side and say, hey McLean, this is what I need. A guy
Yeah.
like Ben, I could say, hey, what's happening, and that will get him going. You know, so it's
Yeah, I mean, having coached those guys too, in my own way, probably a lot less technical but I feel like yeah, like they are totally different heads.
absolutely
Straight up. And I mean, turned McLean actually, he ended up scoring. I think he was our highest goal scorer in the playoffs.
McLean.
Yeah, off
No,
the
he
bench.
was good,
Shout
Off
bro.
the
out
bench.
McLean, man.
I'm
Fast.
pretty
Jeez.
sure he had a hat trick in the first game, and then the second round, I know he scored like 2 goals. And then
Wow.
yeah, I'm pretty he might have scored in the finals too. I don't know. I know Josh scored in the finals was the lowest scoring game, so I have a feeling
That
McLean.
was.
Oh.
Finals was good, bro.
Yeah,
Finals
Wait,
was good.
who did you guys
fine.
play in the finals?
We played
Uh,
balls, 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 which was Zayn.
they had Luke Parr playing for them,
Okay.
Yeah,
Shout out
well
Luke
as
LP.
a
and
current
Eleanor and
player,
the other girl,
Olivia.
Olivia. Yeah, Luke.
Yeah, so they had a good squad going, bro, and a
Okay.
lot of good supporting. Avi Childers is good. Um, but yeah, bro, Zach showed up in he was wearing like the puffer, the coats that like managers are always wearing when it's a little
Yeah,
chilly.
Oh yeah,
Like
yeah, 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 yeah.
yeah,
Oh, that's fire.
uh,
That's
yeah,
tough.
no, he was
I
wearing
gotta
a
look the
jersey.
part, be the part. So
Absolutely.
yeah.
I think club soccer may have to call your number, you know?
No, they
Yeah,
they they played really. I mean, basically the whole team was club soccer. They were phenomenal. They were really great players.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we're bringing that same energy to basketball, bro. Basketball's gonna be fun.
100%. 100%.
Um, for the sports section. So talked a lot about intramural. Here's the thing, Zach is one of these guys, and Amir, you have this too. Like Zach, I see you as like a uniter, you bring a lot of different people together from different crowds, and he's just like he's a friendly face, like he's a light at Bates. And
Absolutely.
another way, not just money team, but another way he does this is Bates Fantasy Football League, which is, bro, serious league. Like the bragging rights, obviously the money, like a little bit of money, but like mainly like the bragging rights is what makes it so fun. Like the group chat being so active. Um, so yeah, fantasy football. I don't. Are you gonna make you still could make the playoffs, right?
I have a 1% chance right now, according to
Well,
ESPN.
yeah. Bro, but you're about to win out though. You could win out, which would be pretty sick.
Well, Hayden, you're gonna take my playoff spot. And I think you know that too.
I do know that. I do.
You have one more win than me. Even if
I
you
know.
lost this week and I won, you have 160 more points than me,
Well,
something
here's the
like
thing.
that.
Here's the thing. I don't mean to. I mean, I know I'm gonna get the spot probably, but it's like the points for. I have the second most points for in the league,
Good
and I
for
have a
you, bro.
losing record. A losing record, like that's fantasy is crazy in that way.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, I don't really know. Last year I missed the playoffs going 500. I was 7-7.
Southwestern too, yeah.
I was the first guy out. Yeah, this year, my chances the last couple weeks got up to 3% after some results. But it's kind of like how you react to what's going on around you. I mean, I can't really control whether you win your game this week. If you win, you clinch it outright. But I'm just gonna react as is. I just got to focus on my own game. I'm playing Matt Fox this week. Shout out Matt Fox.
Yeah,
And
best in the league as of now.
yeah, so yeah,
Bro,
partly
but
great I made, but yeah, I sent him.
so we can also bring that up. It's also NFL. You have happy things to talk about because the Bears. The
Yeah,
NFL is doing really.
Mm.
What are they? Eight? No, nine? Nine
nine and
wins?
three.
9-3, dude.
Yeah,
Top of the best conference in the or best division in the NFL too.
yeah. Well, right now I'd say I'm really happy, but I can't really get excited until this weekend. I need us to beat the Packers at Lambeau. If that happens,
Drew
I'll
Brees,
start
baby.
believing a little more. But I'm cautiously optimistic right
Yeah.
now.
I'm gonna be honest, Zach. Those Packers are serious, bro.
They're
Yeah.
serious.
That defense is.
What's their record?
They're eight, or they had a tie, so I think they're like
Oh, that's
maybe like
right.
6 and 5 and 1 or something like that. Maybe
Yeah.
Like,
5 and 1.
really? I thought they were like 8-3-1.
They might be. Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know, to be honest with you.
Bro, I saw them. Did they do some trading or something or had an injury? Because what's it called? Did like Jordan Love get hurt? Because I saw some ranking and they were number two in the power rankings
Oh
in
wow.
NFL. But who knows? Like, people can say whatever they want, but the
Yeah.
Patriots five in it. I was like, bro, we can't.
Patriots are probably the best team in the league right now.
No.
Hey, appreciate
I hate to
that.
say it, but I mean, yeah. And I was hating on Drake May a lot earlier this year. Hayden picked him like
That's true.
a
But
third, fourth round of our fantasy draft, and I was hating on it, but I mean, he's balling right now, so I mean, good for him.
I respect that. Thank you, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you know, he's just been. I didn't expect him to be. Well, I kind of did. I did expect him to be this high of a score, but it's amazing to see like all the receivers step up as well. Like Booty's been having like such a great season. Diggs obviously is talent. It's like super talented, so it makes sense. DeMar Douglas, yeah. Well, this guy's a Ravens fan, so we got three winning teams. Ravens huge win streak, bro.
Job's not done yet. I'll stay for Job's not done yet. Like, what are you laughing about? You got the Steelers coming up. Job's
Yeah.
not done yet. You
Oh
know?
yeah. Yeah, that'll be fun, bro.
Then we go top of the table. You know?
Really?
Yes.
That's crazy. Yes.
Dog
That's
Yeah,
touchdown.
Ravens are a sneaky, you know, I think a sneaky championship pick. You
Yes.
never think, though.
bro.
I think the only problem with them though is like Lamar's playing injured, and I think any quarterback playing injured is just a mess. And I mean, you're looking at like Daniel Jones playing with like a broken leg, and like Baker playing like they just aren't as good. I feel like as much as I love Lamar, like he's really struggling out there. That's got to be that's going to be a problem, especially if he plays injured into the playoffs.
I agree.
100%.
I agree. But we got that big boy, Derrick Henry. You know, we got that big boy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Runs people over.
yeah.
Bro, you know the crazy part? I'm looking like at the odds, which like I'm not big into this, but like because I was thinking at this point right now in the NFL, like there's really no clear best team. Like the Rams just lost as well. They showed a lot of weakness as well. Who'd they lose to?
The Panthers. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
they showed a lot of weakness. So like literally anyone right now they lead the odds, the Rams, then Packers, Eagles, who have looked really bad. The Seahawks, I've not been paying attention to. I didn't know they were that good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest, Big H, and I really don't want to say this,
What?
but if my Ravens do not flock, the Patriots could take a chip. I do.
Wow, really? So you think
Really
we're
don't want to say this,
He's
but
crazy.
I feel like they could do it.
No, I feel like that Monday Night Football performance, like despite like it wasn't like the best scoreline, like we showed we can like dominate teams. You know what I mean? Like
But it's
we came out firing.
but Big H
Se-
is not even about like it's just a camaraderie. Like the team,
Oh, yeah. Oh my God,
like
bro.
the Pats are like they're
That's
locked
the
in.
quarterback.
They're
We
locked
have
in.
great captains. The captains are just good guys, bro. Drake May is great for the locker room.
Coach locked in.
I think that's the same thing with the Bears, bro. Caleb Williams, great guy, good leader.
Yeah, I mean, I think with the Bears and Patriots, it's like, you both have second year QBs and a new head coach. Like
Sure.
Vrabel and Johnson could be co-coaches of the year. Um, like they're looking really good. I mean, I think the Patriots are the best team in the league right now, but I mean, I understand that the reason why it's not like unanimous is that, it's they haven't they're playing like the top 10 draft order right now. So it's like, you know, they're competent. They haven't played like a good team, really. I mean,
Well, the Bills and Bucks are solid, but
yeah,
the
yeah,
Bucks haven't looked as good recently. But
yeah,
um,
Packers though. There's Packers.
yeah.
Green Bay.
We'll see. We'll see. I like my guys though, so we'll see.
Hey,
um,
I wish Vermont had a football team. Oh man,
bro, me too, bro.
that would be that would be scenes.
They'd have
That
like
would,
60 fans in at every game.
yeah, exactly. bro. It'd be a tiny stadium, bro. That'd be great.
Vermont,
That'd be hard though. That'd be beautiful.
that'd be tough.
Well, but to connect back to philosophy for our last few minutes, um, and to connect with our sports section, should one concern themselves with achievements, in terms of awards, championships, having a book being published, it could getting a job, could be anything. Like, how much should you concern yourself with achievements, or how much do you feel that you guys do?
I mean, I think it's everything. I think the most important thing when I think of sports and I think of like ranking the best players, I think of championships. I think like individual awards are less important, but I think like, and I guess that would be like an achievement, but I feel like the biggest achievement is like the number one goal. Like a championship's the most important thing. Um, so I think when it comes down to sports, I think like, I don't know. That's my first reaction, but, yeah, I don't know.
What do you think, like, in terms of your life? Like, because I agree when it comes to like if I'm talking about Drake May being so good, I mean, like I just said, it's reasons because he's in the locker room, but he's also, leading in this and this, that. But like in terms of your life, like do you worry yourself with like a high GPA, getting into a big name school, but like all these things? Like do you kind of let that define you at all? Do you worry about those things? How much do you?
Absolutely, but I also think the process can, there's something to be said for the process and like, um, you can learn so much in trying to accomplish something and maybe you end up accomplishing something else, in the process. So, I don't know. I felt my mom always told me actually, like, when I was like in high school, like she was like, oh, like you're not you like I'd be talking about grades or something, and she'd be like, "You're too focused on like that end result, and you're not focused on like the process of, the journey of it." And I think there's so much in that itself.
Totally.
That was
Same here, man.
before we go, a Bates legend once upon a time named Chris Houston, and a big thing that I've been thinking about recently is the difference between success and being significant, if that makes any sense. Like, what's the difference? And can you do both? Like, just thinking about it. And in my opinion, Chris Houston was the best person to bridge success and being significant while he's been at Bates and also just in his life. I mean, this is a guy that GPA off the roof. Like he was a successful guy, but he was so significant, if that makes any sense. Like everybody that he came into contact with, like felt his presence, and like when he left Bates, like he still had an impact, if that makes any sense. And it's like I don't want people to get too caught up, like you said, just on GPA, and like being significant also is very important, you know. So I think
Oh,
trying to
totally.
be successful and significant
That's great.
could be something
I
that
think
we
since
strive.
we're better out of time, I agree with what both of you guys are saying. Like I think that it is important, or I think it can be important to someone. It's like to, want to like strive and succeed in like material ways, but also like defining yourself based on being significant in terms of being a kind person, being